we're not gonna really do a cold open. We'll do little jokes here and there eventually.
So we're doing a hard open?
It's not a hard. Well, it's not really hard. First off, a cold open wouldn't be the opposite of a hard open.
If it's cold, isn't that like a soft open?
Well, we're just gonna start it right from the beginning.
Like it already started.
When I do no, I would introduce us before we do a start. When I do like videos and there's like a joke in between before my intro with the howl and the forest in the background, there would be some kind of joke right before that, and then the opening intro would come up, and that would be a cold open. And like when SNL does like a opening scene before they go live from New York at Saturday night, and then the whole intro starts. That's a cold open.
Okay. Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Can my mascot thingy face guy be the duck from the duck song?
What duck song?
Hey, you got any grapes? A duck went to the lemonade store. Yeah. Can I be that guy?
Do you want to? I'm losing my voice already. Do you want to see if Bones will make you a mascot that you can use for Discord? So every time we record, they'll see your little.
What do you mean?
Like he can make a.
Oh, sorry.
He can make a custom duck.
I want that duck.
Like how I have a wolf right there.
Yeah, mine's is Rock Lee giving a thumbs up.
Yeah. Well, you could have like a. I could send you a duck picture and then have it.
Would I have to switch my Rock Lee giving a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a no-go.
Big Sophie's choice here, huh?
I like the Rock Lee giving a thumbs up.
That's fine. You can keep it that way.
But I want when you post the videos, I want to have the duck face.
I don't know what that means.
Like how you have like Bones is like the weird skeleton thing, and like you're like the wolf head
over top of your picture.
Yeah.
Why not just keep it as Rock Lee?
Because Rock Lee's TM'd.
That doesn't matter.
I want the duck.
We can do that if I was making money off of it, but I'm not doing that now. And if you're going to change the duck, then change the duck. You can't sit here and make me change it because you're too lazy.
No, I don't want it to change on the video, just on the thumbnail.
There's going to be no thumbnail.
Okay, well, what if I decide one day maybe I'm like, oh, let me join in one of your video game escapades, and then I don't get a picture?
That's why I said it. I can have... Okay. I'll talk to Bones regardless to make you a duck and then make a thumbnail with a duck in it instead of Rock Lee.
But the duck has to be the duck from...
I'm going to make it so it's a duck and a wolf across from a table from each other.
Can it be the duck from the duck?
No, that would be TM'd too. What do you mean?
No, it's not TM'd. He doesn't own that shit.
What do you mean he doesn't own that shit? It's still copyright for somebody else.
That. Well, that's what I want.
That makes no sense. You're like, I'd rather have someone else.
Duck. I don't want that duck.
I don't want I don't want my mascot. I want someone else's mascot. And then when I want my thumbnail, I want someone else's mascot. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
All I want is the thumbnail to change, not everything else. You got me?
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of sense right now.
No, you're being very transparent.
All I want is just for the thumbnail to be the duck. That's it. Everything else can stay the same.
We haven't even started yet, dude.
I know, isn't it great? I love this.
This is already just feeling bad for me.
Nah, it'll be fine. Trust me. I can turn it down. But I do want that duck, though.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of In My Opinion. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and things have changed. As you can see, I no longer have AJ here with me. AJ him and me had to talk about it. I think he respectfully was okay with the change in co-host, and he was willing to say no, or to stop doing it. He kind of did it out of respect to be like, yeah, I'll do this thing with you. But I figured I'd get someone who can, see it. It makes me sound. Do you think it makes me sound like rude to say that he didn't put a full effort into it? Because I don't want to sound rude. He was okay with the fact that he is no longer doing it. I talked to him about it, and he was fine. But it's just I don't want to make it seem like I'm like, yeah, I told him to get the fuck out. I just felt like he wasn't really feeling it anymore.
So
What I
like
mean?
the way you say it, so like if you say, oh, like me and AJ, we talked and we both decided to, go separate ways. Um, he's
Well,
going to do his thing, I'm doing my thing.
here's the
That's
thing. Originally, he's still gonna do games with me, but
hmm
originally I got pissed. I got kind of pissed at him because I was like, I feel like you're not really taking this seriously, and I originally didn't know what I was gonna do because I didn't think I would do this again. I didn't think I'd redo this podcast. I feel like I was just gonna do the Kibbles and me talking about wrestling podcast, but instead I'm like, okay, well I can try to find someone to do it with me, someone who can have a nice discussion with me, and that's why Duck is here. If you have watched other episodes of this, Duck has been here before a couple times. I think you're the most person. You were officially as far as hosts or as far as guest wise, you were the most. You've been on this show the
recurrent.
most. Yeah, the recurrent. That's what they say.
Woo!
Um.
Gold star.
So what you say gold star?
Yeah, man.
So what would you say a way to explain yourself in a couple words?
Um, I am undeniably me.
Undeniably me. But like, I'm sorry, I meant like interests and just just your life. What are you into?
Okay. So I like Magic the Gathering. I like card games. I love Digimon. I love anime. I love mangas. I love most strategy games.
I should
Not big on shootings.
I should yeah. I mean, well, shootings are bad. Oh, you mean shooting games?
Yeah, shooting games.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah, hopefully we have a good difference in agreement. I mean, we've been friends for forever, but I think that we have a very good. I want to say for just fun purposes, say dichotomy, but I don't think that's the right word.
I would
We
say
have.
we have a good spread.
I'm sorry, I'm a child. Um, I feel like it's. I feel like we have a good balance with the things that we both like.
Totally.
Like there's stuff that we both like that everyone normally likes, but there's stuff that we're very niche about. Like with me, it's wrestling and turtles or stuff. And with I think you have a couple other stuff that's different as far as your interests, but we
Yeah,
still
like
enjoy
I
talking to
feel
each other.
like our interests and things like if we had like a Venn diagram, there'll be I have my stuff, you have your stuff, but we still have stuff in the center.
Yeah, I think the thing that really keeps us together is if the stuff that really keeps us together is the comedy between us.
Yeah.
That's been the most for us at least. But yeah, I didn't want to make it seem like I was kicking AJ out. I mean, it is. I did technically record and do the podcast, but I didn't want to feel like I was kicking him out. And I talked to him about it. I said, "Is it okay if Duck takes your place?" Um, he was kind of just there because he enjoyed talking to me and doing a podcast with me, but it's not something that he's too worried about. And I'm an awful person, I guess. I guess the point I didn't want to get across, but I already knew that. Um, and yeah, so Ducky's here to do the podcast with me, and we'll see how that goes. Unless he gets called in jury duty and becomes a judge, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I think yeah, pretty much.
You get
I get the gavel.
Yeah, you go jury, and then you go, what is it? The bailiff, and then you get jury, right? It's just like a upgrade as you go. The
Hmm.
more
Hmm.
times you get sent, the more times
The
you.
yeah, it's the more gold stars you get, and it's the our judicial system is based off of gold stars. So the more gold stars you get, the more higher position you get.
That's
Is
true. That's true. That's
Yeah,
all
the president has exactly 17 gold stars.
17. You need to get to 17.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about a bunch of stuff. It's been exactly about 3 months since we've done one of these. So we'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure we have plenty to talk about, and there's plenty more to talk about. Um, let's talk about the situation that we've been talking about a couple days ago, which was. Do you want to explain your concept of the Spider-Man movies?
I don't anymore. I told you I don't care about the movies.
Well, just do a brief summary of it because we got in an argument. I didn't want to get my viewpoint was that I didn't like when you told me it. I was like, my viewpoint was more of like it is what it is. Like I don't know what to tell you. I can't fix it. And you do that a lot. You've done that a lot with me where you say something as if I'm in control of it. Not that you're doing it on purpose, but you're like, why would they do that? And I go, I don't know. I can't fix it. Um, like with I think the eighth Star Wars film got you very upset, and you were
No,
like,
that.
yeah.
Mm.
So essentially, with Spider-Man, it was continuity between MJ and Peter, and how they all of a sudden were just in love in the second film.
That wasn't the only issue. I like my whole. I love continuity. I love it when things flow together. I like it when things fit together. I like it when they tell a story. It's cohesive from start to finish, and then when they make a sequel, it continues said story. And you can have like gaps where people are like, "Oh, I wonder what's happening. Let's see." But when it's a drastic change with no explanation, that gets me upset. Like with MJ and Peter, how in the first one they weren't even really that close. They weren't even like I wouldn't even call them friends. I call them acquaintances at the most. They barely talked. He was all about the other girl, all on the other chick. Till the very end of the movie, when he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about your dad," and she's like, "Shut up, Peter, get out of my face." He's like, "Oh no, I'm sad because the pussy's going away." And then I'm like,
Pussies
"Well,
go.
that's what happened, dog. Like that's what happens when you put her dad in jail." So then at the very end of the movie, he's like going to see Iron Man. Iron Man's like, "Good job, man. I'll make you part of the Avengers." He's all like, "No, I want to stay small town and do school stuff." And he's like, "All right, great. Go back to school." So he's at school, and then he's doing the meeting with the other math league people, and then they're like, he gets a call. "Oh, hey, we got a crime you got to do, Peter." He's, "Oh, I got to go someplace." And then NJ was all like, "Where you going, Peter? Huh? Where you going?" He's like, She's like, "I don't really care. Whatever." And he's like, "Okay." And that was the last thing they said to each other until the new movie where it's all like, "Oh, I so love MJ. I can't wait to tell her I love her on top of the Eiffel Tower and give her this awesome, cool gift that I'm going to buy with all this money that I don't have." And like, it just came out of nowhere. It shocked me. There was
I
no build up to it.
I understand. I get where you're coming from. I just didn't know what to tell you, Don. To be honest, and
And
the
that's not
fact
the only issue. The plot holes in the movie are outrageous.
what
Like Mysterio, right? His whole thing was, "Oh, well, I'll use these invisible drones to make a projection of myself doing things, right? Because not really doing stuff. I don't really have powers." So everyone in London saw the drones and saw him controlling the drones and everything like that. But for whatever reason, no one's fact checking his shit. And they're like, "No, Spider-Man's evil. We don't care." And
you
then the scrolls, right? The scrolls, their whole ability is to transform into other people, and they were looking out for Peter as because that's what Nick Fury wanted. So why didn't they go like, "Oh, let's transform into Mysterio and make a video saying, nah, that was all fake, haha."
um do you think because you saw the Mysterio stuff that you think that it's just common knowledge that people saw it?
No, everyone saw it. It was on a bridge in the middle of London.
Yeah,
They
but
were shooting rockets at people.
that
How could
doesn't
you not see that?
that doesn't mean they can see that he's controlling them.
They somehow had 50 billion different camera angles from the Shatari invasion of New York but not a single person saw this whole thing going down in London. Is that what you're telling me?
I just think that you're seeing it as what you saw and thinking, oh well, people in on that Earth in that universe saw what I saw.
That will be like if on the Ben Franklin Bridge, Godzilla showed up and started breakdancing and came all over it, and everyone was like, "We didn't see a thing."
I don't think that's exactly
That's
the same
equivalent.
thing.
That London, they were on London Bridge, the most
I
famous
don't
bridge in
know.
London, the most famous bridge, and no one saw. Are you serious? Ah,
I'm just
whatever. I don't
saying
care.
no one saw Mysterio control them. I'm not saying they didn't see the drones.
Poppycock, I'm done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And also, people can just make it seem like it's Spider-Man anyway. I mean, that was the whole point that Mysterio wanted to make it seem like it was Spider-Man anyway. So they're gonna see
like
that that's the proof.
I just don't like how they did that whole like, oh, Peter Parker is Spider Man, like just blew his whole spot up. Like even in the actual like comics, that didn't happen until like years later, and that's only because like the what was it, the Nasty Seven, what was their name, Scorpion, um
Sinister Six.
yeah, thank you, the Sinister Six. They found out who he was and was like, let's fuck this dude up.
Hold up, where are you going on from? What source material are you talking about?
Amazing Spider-Man. I'm done. I don't know. I'm just all over, dude.
Amazing
I'm just
Spider-Man. What, the
saying.
TV show, the comic book?
No, the
What's
comic books. I'm just
okay?
comic books. I'm just saying that like it's. I just didn't like the movie. I just didn't like the movie. I didn't like the plot. I thought it was ugh. I didn't like Mysterio. I thought he was ugh. I thought that Tom Holland is a good Spider-Man. He's a good Peter Parker. He played his role. I like Zendaya as MJ. It's a good switch. I like the idea of his friend not being Harry, like as somebody completely different. I thought that was cool as well. I like the changes that they did. Don't get me wrong. I liked Spider Man, and I liked the first one they did. I haven't seen No Way Home yet, but I've seen the first two I've seen. I like the first one. I don't like the second one, and what people are telling me with the third one, I'll probably like that one, but I haven't seen it yet because it's in
Do
theaters.
me
And oh,
do me a favor for the podcast. Watch the three of them, and then come to conclusion of the whole trilogy, and we'll see
but
which
I
is
can't.
better. Why not?
It's in the movie.
What do you mean?
How am I going to go watch it? It's only
I'm
in
just
theaters.
saying in the future. So we
Oh,
can come
word!
back
I
to
bought
it.
all three already. I have it on Vudu. I brought all three, so I can watch all three again in a
You
row
did
when
it.
it comes out, so I can make my full
You
decision.
did it with voodoo,
Yeah, I like Vudu.
like magic.
No, it's a movie buying streaming site.
Okay, okay. Is
Yeah,
that
it's pretty
legal?
cool. Yeah, it's pretty legal.
Okay, okay.
It's not Hoodoo. Hoodoo is the one you don't want to use. Voodoo's cool.
Yeah,
Hoodoo's the
it's
dangerous
that
one.
the hoodoo voodoo that you do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I didn't finish. I'm sure me and AJ would have talked about it, but Boba Fett and Peacemaker, we were going to talk about, but I haven't finished Boba Fett. But I have to say that all the episodes felt boring. I wanted to like it, but like all the episodes felt boring except for one, and that was the one where it was just Mandalorian. It was just his episode. It was like what happened to him after season two. I was like, oh okay. And then like at the end of the episode, fucking what's her face, Ming Na Wen, who plays she's in Boba Fett. She's like her Boba Fett's like right hand, the
I
Asian
know you're
woman.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. She just shows up and goes, "Oh, we need your help," and he's like, "All right." And then I was just like, I haven't watched since. But Peacemaker's fantastic, and that's just
Oh, Peacemaker was great,
just a
dude.
show
Oh,
of like how great James Gunn is. I love him.
you know what was weird? That they were able to take John Cena and make him a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I mean, I think the acting aspect is the part that would be hard, but I think the concept. Someone said, I think in an interview, they're like, I think it was CM Punk or some wrestler said, people are like surprised by how good James Gunn is as or John Cena. James Gunn was surprised at how good John Cena was at acting and being able to like rift. But like whoever it was like a wrestler themselves. He goes, yeah, that's what we do every day. Like we have to be on the mic and trying to just go with stuff. And you
I
know,
I I seen Kane And what was that
That
movie he was
sucks.
in?
What? No, See No Evil.
Yeah, he was garbage.
He's not. He's
Like
not a good actor, and
no, and not
whether or
all
not.
wrestlers are good actors. Just like how not all sports athletes are good actors either. Like LeBron James was abysmal in Space Jam. Terrifyingly bad.
Well, the one thing
I,
I wanted to check out was there's a you know how they do like interactive movies.
yeah,
There's an interactive movie that has. Do you know the New Day? Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Biggie. I don't know. I know you know Xavier Woods, right? From
he has the cereal.
yeah, the Bootios. Yeah,
Yeah,
that group of those three guys, they visit the Undertaker's house, and it's like a multiple ending, like kind of story where you could pick the ending or the decisions you make. It's really fucking weird, but like WWE put it out and was like, yeah, this is fun, and it was just like those three guys are great at acting. I don't know about Undertaker because Undertaker, I don't know, but yeah, Kane is better off just being a slasher monster guy than an actual actor.
talky words. Yeah, I don't want to see him in Othello. That's all I'm saying.
You know he's a mayor of a place in Tennessee, right?
On purpose.
Yeah, Knoxville County elected him the mayor. The problem is
Oh,
on Twitter he talks about like just stuff you don't like. He's very
Knoxville,
cons-
Tennessee type of person.
well, I was gonna say conservative. Um,
Knoxville, Tennessee.
okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know, but anyway, yeah. Someone was like not surprised by the fact that or James Gunn was surprised by John Cena because it was like, yeah, this is what we do every day. I think it's CM Punk. I don't know who said it, but anyway,
And
it's
that's
just
not
a
his first time acting though. Like his other roles
well.
weren't
I mean, he
the
was in comedies.
best.
He was in a bunch of comedies before that.
Yeah, but he wasn't that good. Like in like for instance, like when he was in well the movie just before this, Suicide Squad, I was expecting him to not be good, but he was. And then he took Peacemaker and made it even better.
Mm-hmm.
Like he took that because I think because he played the character already, so he was able to like dig deeper into it and and really become Peacemaker and did fantastic in that role. Would he like let's for instance if they put him in a different role? Let's say for instance they said, "Hey John Cena, we have another role for you. You're going to be I don't know uh you're going to be in Les Mis." I don't think he would do good in Les Mis.
No, of course
If
not.
I'm going to be real with you.
No, of course not.
However,
But that's why comedies
in
and stuff is good for him.
yeah, like I said, if he finds what he's good at, I you know me, I love Fast and Furious. I think it's a guilty pleasure. I know they're bad movies, but they're so good at the same time. And he was
Mm-hmm.
in those, and he played Dom's brother, and he was bad. His
Mm-hmm.
acting was so bad,
Do you
and I
think?
also
Okay, but do you think do you think this is the case with John Cena? Do you think it's a case of writing over acting itself? Like maybe they're keeping it a strict thing with say okay, so say they're doing like with John Cena in Fast and Furious a strict like hey say your lines and just do your thing, and then like with Peacemaker James Gunn's like yeah just fucking go wild with it like just be yourself.
I think it's I think it's the director has to pull something out of the actors as his job to get the best performance out of all his actors. I think it's I think it's one third the script, two thirds the director. Because if you have a shit script, you can still have the director and like their passion to like pull it up, you know.
Okay.
But you can have a really good script, but a shit director and fuck the whole thing up.
Okay. Yeah, no, and this is the thing, like I loved the ensemble of everybody in the Suicide Squad that I wasn't sure if I'd like Peacemaker because he was like the least favorite out of the people. Like I love Idris Elba, I loved the Rat Catcher, I loved everybody in that fucking film. But I was like worried that I wouldn't like the series because I'm like, oh, it'll just be like James Gunn's like what I know James Gunn to be is like Slither and Super and like overly over the top fucking just graphic action and just like unrelenting like just ridiculousness in like crazy situations, like
Yeah.
stuff that's almost too mature. Like people are used to like, oh yeah, I saw James Gunn. I love Guardians 1 and 2. But I'm like, yeah, but before that and now after that, he's made some really like just fucked up shit. Um it's just, it's just the way he is, and that's as I enjoy him that way because he's still funny, but he can actually get. The best part is that there are movies and shows out there where you can do something ridiculous just for the sake of being funny, but to also have a point or have like a message to it and feel like it doesn't take away from it. That's what James Gunn does really well. It's kind of like Taika Waititi, but Taika Waititi doesn't do like super mature like graphic gore, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
also, I
go
also
ahead.
say like the like his co-stars like Vigilante and like everyone else in that show too helped pull up Peacemaker and make his character shine even more.
Yeah, and you know
It's
that
like,
the reason was because he just was in quarantine and was like, I'm just gonna write this script for John Cena to play Peacemaker, or this show, and then if it doesn't get made, then whatever. But it's just something I wanted to do. Just fucking weird. You're like,
but
yeah,
he
and it,
never thought it would be that good, did he?
who James Gunn?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I've liked most of the stuff James Gunn's done.
I don't like Slither. It makes me feel weird.
Yeah, I get that.
A lot of vor,
Um, a lot of what?
vor.
Vor.
Yeah,
What the hell's vor?
and you like eat people.
Oh, oh, okay. But speaking of which, have you seen the like trailers for that one movie, Fresh? Because I'm almost certain
No,
it's Sebastian Stan who was the Winter Soldier. It's the only way I can like know him from, and he was also Tommy Lee in that Tommy
the
and
Pamela
Jerry film.
Anderson thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I'm guessing from it's on Hulu, so anyone can watch it. I thought it was like a movie that came out in theaters, but I'm guessing it's about a guy eating people or serving people. I don't know, but like it seems like this woman meets him and he I think just like kind of cuts her up.
Oh, that's hot.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean I don't know if
and
it's
I don't
gonna
mean
be.
like hot as in like sexually pleasing. I mean hot in the term that Paris Hilton used back in the early 2000s. Like
Okay.
cool.
Um yeah, what I'm getting from it is that it is about cannibalism from the trailers.
Is it
Um
supposed to be a comedy or a dark
Oh
thriller
no,
or
it's a
like?
horror. It's a thriller
Okay,
according to this. It is the horrors of modern dating are seen through the eyes of a young woman who is battling to survive her new boyfriend's unusual appetites.
but it just depends on the music they play over top of the trailer. So if it's like
Oh, they
happy,
play
funny music,
the
it's a whole different
trailer.
tone.
Okay, so the trailer is the yeah yeah yeahs. Heads will roll.
Okay,
Um,
is Rob Schneider in this?
no, not that I know
So
of.
it's
I
okay.
mean,
It might be comedy if you see Rob Schneider in it.
I don't see. This is the thing. Like, I don't understand what exactly would be going on. Like, maybe he's in love with like they're in love, but then she finds out that he eats people. Because when I saw it originally, it almost felt like she was captive and being like slowly eaten. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense. How does that work?
Is this a movie or a show?
This is a movie. So it
Okay.
says Sebastian Stan. This is going to be ruining for anyone who was looking to watch it, but Sebastian Stan plays an entrepreneurial serial killer in Fresh, trolling for solitary women on the dating scene, whom he kidnaps and holds captive, keeping them alive as long as possible. Oh yeah, yeah. Now he's harvesting them for wealthy cannibals. Okay, so this woman is going to be
Eaten.
yeah, probably slowly taken apart. And okay,
Oh,
that's disturbing.
yes, it is.
Uh, why would the Winter Soldier do that? That's just
Hey, man, war changes a man.
Bucky learned nothing. Um, it's such a weird concept for a movie though, because I'm like, so like how is she a main like how is she a main character if she's getting like cut up
I
or
mean,
whatever?
if it's from her perspective, like maybe she comes in and out of like lucidness from being drugged, or it's her trying to like find a way out, kind of like
Yeah,
the movie
unless
with
it's
John Goodman and the one guy from that show and the lady, and he like traps her.
oh
Cloverfield,
Cloverfield.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cloverfield Lane, like that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, or it's like the third act is the main part of like the killing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's getting to know him and then kind of seeing these weird stuff and then I don't know. I don't know, man. I didn't see the movie. I'm kind of nervous to watch it because I'm gonna be like weirded out. I'm a little bitch. Anyway, um, what was going on yesterday that there's new games coming out? Because
So Sony had a press conference. There's the Sony Play. Is that what it's called? Sony State of Play, and they had it yesterday, and they just showed off a bunch of new games that look pretty interesting. Some caught my eye, some didn't catch my eye. I know a couple of them I saw, and I was like, Darren would love that.
yeah, I mean that's the weird part that I didn't understand at first because I so like for example like the one I'm excited for is the Turtles Cowabunga collection.
Yes, that's what it's called.
But so explain to me this because Konami is putting it out and you said it was a Sony State of Play,
Yeah.
but like those some of those games are like for Xbox and all that. Like it's not just Sony that's
So
having it.
that collection is probably Sony exclusive or time exclusive for Sony. Had the collection, so all the games together in one place.
I see. I don't understand.
Okay. It's kind of like, okay. Remember when Kingdom Hearts did their HD collection, the 1.1 and the 2.2, and the 2.9 and 3,
Mm-hmm.
and it had every single Kingdom Hearts game, and it was only on PlayStation at first, and then they released it to Xbox.
Okay.
It's like that. It's probably a timed exclusivity. Like Xbox might have like Turtles in Time and another one, but they don't have all of them. And this collection is all of them.
Okay. And okay, so that's just weird to me to be like, see, like I don't even know if all of them are. I guess most of them are.
Do you have the list of all the games included in the Kawabunga collection?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm looking at the state of play stuff. And most of the games that are here, they're like, yeah, for most of it's just gonna be like there's some PlayStation exclusives, some of them are like, yeah, we're doing some games for most titles, for major titles. I saw, and I think it's funny that you saw the turtle one and was like, oh, this is for Darren, because I saw the JoJo one and was like, oh, this is for Mark.
Hell yeah.
Um,
That one and the Gundam. I second saw Gundam, I was like, new Gundam? I was like, what are you doing? Is it Breakers? I was like, it's not Breakers, but it's still something good.
it's Gundam Evolution Western.
It looks
Oh,
like
oh, sorry, it's
a
Gundam Evolution. It says Western release is later this year.
it looks like a arena shooter game. Not is that the term? Like
Well, yeah,
it
it's
looks like Valorant or Fortnite or something like that, but with Gundam instead.
yeah. It says the game is a 6v6 competitive online new. Sorry, 6v6 competitive online first-person shooter featuring giant mechs you'd expect from the Gundam name. We learned there's a network test coming this spring for players in the United States and Japan, and will launch on PS4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series One, Xbox One, blah blah, PC.
You know, hilarious as I was watching the trailer for it, and I was like, "Come on, Exia! Come on, Exia! Where are you at, Exia?" And at the very end, they showed Exia. I'm like, "Yeah, we got it."
I don't know what XE is.
The Exia is the Setsuna FCA's Gundam from
Oh, right.
Gundam 00.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know why I asked as if that wasn't going to be more confusing. When you explained. But speaking of which, love the Turtles Cowabunga collection. Um, it has the 2 arcade games that you can't play anywhere unless you get the fucking arcade cabinet. So
which is
I said that like Walmart should lower the prices of those cabinets that they sell, just so I
are
can
they
get one.
expensive?
They're like $500,
Ooh,
and it just has
okay.
2 games in it, which
For
are gonna
five
be
hundred
on.
bucks,
Which, well, yeah, because it's an arcade cabinet. It's like a whole cabinet.
but it's
But they're
just
gonna
two
be on
games.
this collection, so fuck that. Um,
Word.
the Ninja Turtles game, Ninja Turtles 2, Ninja Turtles 3, Manhattan Project was probably one of my favorites. That and the Hyperstone Heist, which I also have. Everyone likes Turtles in Time, but I don't like that game.
You know what's weird? I thought you did like that. I thought Turtle
That's
Time
the
was your
one I
favorite for
don't
some
like.
reason.
No, Manhattan Project, which was on the Nintendo, the NES, and then
Hmm.
Hyperstone Heist, which was kind of like the same thing but well, on Genesis. And then they
Okay.
also have tournament fighters on. This is the thing that I think is crazy. They have all these games, and then they have tournament fighters 3 times on the SNES, the NES, and the Genesis. All 3 different versions of it. Which I
Because it's
guess
two different
because,
games.
well, yeah, I mean it's quality on both, on all three are all different. But like when the game came out, I guess all 3 systems were still like around.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is like all the covers for each game are different. Like for example, like this the NES might have Leo, and then the SNES has like Donatello, and then like the Genesis one has like actually I know for a fact the Genesis one has Raphael because that was the one I had.
Okay.
The game was hard as fuck. This was back when I played fighting games and actually enjoyed them.
What was? Sorry to cut you off.
No, go
Remember
for
a
it.
while ago, I told you about a Turtles game that had like every single character from Turtles history in it,
What was
and it was
it?
like a.
Was
I
it a mobile
can't.
game?
No, it was on PC, and I can't remember the name of the game.
There's one coming out, the Shredder's Revenge, which I think they're going to. Hopefully, if they're smart, they'll do this in tandem, where the Cowabunga collection and this Shredder's Revenge comes at the same time, because that would
So you can
be
get
pretty
both.
awesome. Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
just to be like, hey, you can play all these games and then this new one. And the cool thing about it too is the Cowabunga collection is stated that um, it's going to have some of the games from the collection be online. So some of them they don't haven't said which ones, but some of them will be online now. So that's never happened
I
before.
mean, I don't mind coming down and doing some couch co-op with that.
But yeah, I get that. But sometimes it's difficult. Like even if I want to do it with like Bones or you, it's difficult to be like, yeah, just come down and we can record a bunch of stuff or whatever. So,
No, I'm just coming on my day off.
but anyway, $40, $40 for the Cowabunga
40 bucks,
collection,
$4.
and also $40 for you to come down here.
Yeah, come all over down there.
Oh no, that's not.
Yeah, mm,
No, that's not
no,
what I meant.
sticky.
I'm sorry.
What?
What'd you say?
I said I like to dance to the song "Icky."
What is that?
It's a song from the band My Dick.
Oh no. Um. So let's talk about the thing that I'm sure you'll want to talk plenty about. You know, no, just wait, because speaking of video games, have you been watching any of the Attack of the Show and X Play stuff?
Sparingly. I've been really, really, really preoccupied with a certain video game right now that has
And that's what I wanted to
consumed
talk
my
about
life.
afterwards.
Yeah. So you can talk about Attack of the Show and X Play, and I will listen.
So I think they're just. I mean, they're just killing it. They. I feel like I hear nothing but fucking bad things from them, but I think they're just fucking doing a great fucking job, and I don't know what people are talking about, to be honest.
When you say you hear bad things from them or about them,
Well, they joke about how they're like doing a bad job, but I think they're doing fine. I think they're doing a fantastic job with what they're doing right now.
do you think that is the joke?
Well, yeah, they're joking about it, but there's people like there's a YouTuber, It's a Gundam. I don't know if you've ever
Ah,
heard of him.
yeah, he's hilarious. He
He
hates them
fucking yeah, and I don't get why.
because he's just. I think sometimes I feel like he's trolling.
I don't know. I think he's a fucking lonely fuck who doesn't like people.
But his Gundam videos though, like when he like does his model kits, freaking awesome though. I'll give him that.
I find him annoying. Anyway,
Is it his
um,
voice?
no, it's just a shit. The fact that he like went all like, um, I don't know. He went off
Blue
on the
pill alpha male?
whole. No, he went on the whole Frosk thing, which was really fucking
Oh
annoying.
yeah, he really hated her.
A lot of people are. I don't get why. I mean, like, it do you feel like did you watch it? Did you watch her whole rant?
I didn't watch the whole rant, but I did get bits and pieces of it. And what I have seen of her, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like her because her personality
And
and
this is
her.
okay. So this is the thing. I don't like her because she does esports. I don't care for esports. It's not about who she is as a person. It's not about her being gay. It's not about her being a woman. But
I
the
didn't say
fact
that at all.
I know I'm not saying that. I'm saying that that's not. I feel like a lot of people that I've seen hate for it from are men who are
It's
like feeling offended because they like, oh, women, sexism in gaming. What do you mean? I'm like, obviously, if you feel offended, you must have done something to feel offended about it. Otherwise,
so
feel nothing. Like I felt
I'll
nothing. I was like, oh, okay, this is how she feels.
I'll be devil's advocate on that.
Okay.
So let's just say you have a really big passion for something, right? So your Funko Pops, right? Say your Funko Pops, you're all about
You
them.
could say
They're
video
you
games.
love them. Let's do Funko Pops, right? And then you find out that someone is saying, "Oh, if you are a male who buys Funko Pops, then you're an awful person. And you're like the worst, and you're contributing to the downfall of society." And then you go like in your head, "No, I don't." And then you have this backlash against the people that are saying that against you. And then instead of taking it to just those people who are saying that, you compartmentalize in it, and then you take everybody in that group. So you say all women then, or or all gay people, or all of this group of people hate me and feel this way. So I'm going to give that ire back at them. So before they can even say anything, I'm going to attack them before they can attack
I
me.
I understand what you mean, and I'm sure that's the case where, but I think she was explaining when she explained it. She explained that that was the issue she had this year with shit, and I think a lot of the people that I've seen make it political, like like it does. It's got nothing to do with any kind of like political view you have, whether you're conservative or liberal or whatever the fuck. Um, I understand what you're saying, and I get that. I think a lot of the problems that come from issues that we have are from generalizing a group of people to one person who said something to you.
Uh huh.
Um, I I have a guy who shitted all over AEW, but I didn't hate you because you're also a black man. I go, oh, this guy's fucking stupid because his stupid opinions on thinking that so and so is not getting a good enough break or not getting the star power he's getting. I still think you're fucking stupid because you're not taking the time out to see what they're trying to do. For example, AEW has a slow burn to it, and WWE is like, yeah, we have to fucking do everything in a month, and then we move on to the next thing. Um, but I understand what you're saying. But the fact that a lot of people made it political from what I saw, and it was like, just fucking relax. She's gotten hate. That doesn't, and then like even Gundam was like, I'm gonna go right into this fucking TV show is gonna go down the drain because it's so woke, and I'm like, it's not though. It's just one person explaining that they've had some hate from being a female in gaming, and I was
But
like,
you can't deny that at times, like for instance, when Adam Sessler not like gives his reviews, he will make certain comments
like
and
what?
say certain things.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Uh,
his Twitter was before after G4 went under the first time. He was very like left. He went fucking all out on his Twitter, and yeah. So I understand that.
so like when you say it's not like don't make it political, it's very hard for people not to do that. You know?
Yeah, I understand. Which is why I like Attack of the Show because none of those two people are on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier Woods, Gina Darling, Kasim G, Kevin
Yeah,
Pereira,
Castam's so freaking
all.
hilarious.
Oh
I
my
love
god,
him. He's such a
Cassim,
good addition.
Cassim
Such a
and
good
Gina,
addition.
Cassim and Gina have become my two favorites now. They're fantastic. Even Fiona. Fiona's fucking great. Oh
Yeah.
my god, they're just so fucking good at just comedic
I was
timing
like
and stuff.
watching it, and I was like, why wasn't he in the old one?
Yeah,
Why
I
wasn't
don't
he
get it.
there? He would have been perfect.
I just don't understand it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but
crazy.
to answer your original question, um, like I said, I don't like her because I just don't like her
I don't.
reviews.
Hey, I
I'm
don't
just
like
not.
her either. I don't
It's
like what
nothing to
she's
do with
into.
her. Yeah, it's nothing to do with her being a woman. Nothing to do with her being lesbian. If it was
Exactly.
a dude saying the same exact thing, I'd be like, I don't like this guy. He sucks.
I'll go one step further. I don't like Avali May, and that's because all she talks about is anime and hentai. I'm like, okay, we get it. That's your thing. Anime, hentai, get it. Yeah, okay, anime. Like to the point where she just doesn't shut up about anything else, and I'm like, I don't really like this person.
Like that's her shtick. Like that's
Yeah,
my personality. Aha, milk, milky mommy,
but
big
like,
milky titters,
yeah,
please
and like
step on me.
like Xavier Woods, you never hear him talk about wrestling constantly. He's just there having a fun time.
I don't think he even like cares. Like when he's there, he's like, "This is my job. This is
If
me." Like,
I ever get, I think you know what the best part is that with the rapport that WWE has, Xavier's like, if they fire me, at least I have G4.
yeah,
Like he's just
exactly.
like, they're not gonna get rid of me if I'm at another job and I'll be okay. They can get rid of me all they want. I'll have another job. Like he has a
Uh-huh.
backup plan.
I'll be
That's
set.
fucking just fucking. I get what you're saying, and I like the fact that we can see the side to it because I like that. I have had recently a family fight with somebody about a situation where I went, hey, explain to me why you feel this way because I'm not attacking you. I just want to get your viewpoint. And they like really couldn't. They just kept yelling and getting louder and louder. And I'm like, this isn't really helping. You're just kind of getting
That's
louder. So
yeah, because they don't have the vocabulary to like articulate their feelings or
they
like
also were
they.
drinking, so I kind of give them that benefit of the doubt.
Oh yeah, well if you're drunk, you're gonna yell. Come on.
Yeah. Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, ye tarnished,
Okay,
brandish thine. What?
so
That's
there
great.
is
Okay.
Doctor
That's so
Disrespect,
fucking good.
who I've been
Love it.
watching,
That's great.
and also the Chugs, who is Adam Cole. One's a wrestler, one's Doctor Disrespect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Chugs is one of the AEW wrestlers who that's what Xavier Woods used to call him, the Chugs, until he went to AEW, and now they don't talk to him anymore because he's part of the other brand, and WWE I'm sure frowns upon it. Anyway, I talk about a bunch of wrestling stuff on my other podcast, Kibbles and Pookie the Wolf's Squared Circle. Go listen to that if you want to listen to me talk about more about WWE and AEW. But Elden Ring, I watched the two of them play that, and you said for me to get it, but the thing is like. The way I could explain it is that if I went like, hey, look, there's Dynasty Warriors 10, go buy
I would
it.
get it. Yeah, I would do that. I love Dynasty Warriors. You know
But
that.
like, but in hindsight, if you didn't like it, you'd be like, yeah, but it's the same game as Dynasty Warriors 5 or 6
But that's
or
why I like
7
it.
or 8.
It's predictable.
Okay, you know what? You get what I'm saying though.
My favorite is Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Oh, that's the best version of it.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If I
yeah,
told you to
yeah,
get Call of
yeah,
Duty, you're like, yeah, it's the same game.
That's
Why would I
different.
get
Now,
it?
hold on, wait.
Hold on, what do you mean?
Because I don't like Call of Duty. I
That's my
never liked
point.
Call of Duty.
That's my
But you
point.
did. I thought you liked
No,
Dark Souls and
but
Demon Souls.
my thing is that you could play Call of Duty. Doesn't mean you exactly like are too into it, but you could still play it. I've never really liked Dark Souls and Dark Souls and what's the other one? Demon Souls
Demon Souls,
and Bloodborne
Sekiro, and
and
yeah.
Sekiro, and I've played Sekiro because of the fact that it's the time period or the theme of it. But
Yeah.
essentially, you're just playing the same game with a different skin on it.
No, Sekiro is way different. It's like, for one, it's all about parrying
What? Because I can
instead of.
revive myself when I get downed. I can't do that in the other ones.
If you played the other ones and then you play Sekiro, you'd feel the difference. Like
I don't mind.
it
Those
looks
games.
similar. I will say they look similar, but mechanically they're different.
So I played Sekiro. I've played Dark Souls 3, and then I want to play Elden Ring. but I'm not really kind of focused on that right now.
I'm
And
telling you this right now, man. Like this is just from the bottom of my heart. This game is
it looks a
different.
lot of fun.
Like if you
I completely get
you
it.
know me. I
I
love
completely
like
get it.
what's
I
my
like it.
favorite thing to do in a game?
Uh, I don't whip your dick
It's to
out. I don't.
grind. I
Okay.
love grinding. I
Do
will
they?
grind
Hold
and
on. Hold on.
grind.
Do they still do the thing where you go to a bonfire and then when you come back, all the enemies are back?
Yeah, because it's open world.
Motherfucker. God damn it. It's the one thing I hate about that game. All the work I put into fighting somebody and being like, guess what? Those guys back up. I know you
Yeah,
revived your health.
but
Guess what?
here's
Back
the
up.
thing. See, this is the part that you have to understand about that kind of game. You don't have to fight everyone. Some people you can just run by. You don't have to
I
fight
know,
every
but
single thing
that's
you
what I
see.
mean by I don't really like that kind of game because of the fact that I feel like it's monotonous to keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's
But
insanity.
because that's what you're not
Insanity.
saying. You're playing the game wrong, but you're playing the game wrong.
No, no, no. I
If
get
you
that.
kept running through the same area, going like, "I just killed him, I gotta
No,
do
no,
it
no.
again."
It's the fact that I can't like backtrack without having a fucking issue, like having a problem. Like it's like I can't just backtrack. I have to deal with these guys again. You know what I mean?
Just run past them.
See, you shouldn't have to do that though. Is my point. I get that that's the game, and that's what that. I don't. I'm not saying take it away. I'm not saying keep it. I'm saying that annoys me. It's not a thing of like you need to
One of
change
the
it.
best feelings that I get when I'm playing this game
It's running past the
is
fucker.
I will I will
Aha, in your
go to a
face.
fight and I'll get my ass fucking whooped. And
Mm-hmm.
then like I'll say,
You don't
okay,
use no lube.
yeah, I know. So let me see what this man just did to me. So I'll go back to the fight again, and I see more of his moves, and I understand. Okay, I can block this. I can roll out of this. I can backstep this. Okay, this is where I can parry. Okay, this is where I can get some more hits in, and then I end up completely owning that boss. And then if even if like let's say for instance like I just kept hitting the wall on that guy, I was like, you know what? I'll come back to him later. I will grind. I will get a whole bunch of levels up. Come back, and then literally just smack this fucking guy in his little tushy, and he just explodes into 1,000 pieces. And I'm like, ha ha!
I thought you were
That
gonna
feels
drop.
so good.
I thought you were gonna
Like I
drop the.
love it.
I thought you were gonna drop the N word on that one. And you're like, I'm gonna this. I was like, whoa, whoa, hold on.
Like I love being overpowered in games, and I love it when a boss is all like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm the best. I'm the coolest. I'm so strong, and you're just like, meh, and he goes, like I love it. It's so it's
I don't mind it,
it's so
man.
good to me. It's so good to
I
me.
don't mind it, but I have to be in the mood for it. It has to be really something where I'm like, it's such an exhausting thing to play that game, and I'm like, I'm down for it, but like, I have to be mentally prepared for that shit.
And then the best part is like they did open world right. So like we used to play open world games where like the just giant field and nothing really in it, and you just got to go here to this point to that point, and it's like there's nothing in between those two things. In
Yeah.
this game, everywhere you look, there is something there to be found, to be discovered. A new dungeon,
Is
a new
this
catacombs, a new something new that you like. What the fuck is that? Oh, let me go over here. Oh, what is this? Oh, wait, oh, what the hell is that? Let me run away from that thing. I'll come back to that thing later. What is over here? Oh my gosh! I was riding a horse, right, just riding around, and then I turn a corner, and then the next thing I know, the sky is red. There's fucking dragons everywhere. The girl's on fire, and I'm like, I'm clearly not supposed to be here yet, but let me just trot around and see what's going on. And then I'm like, this must be like what Brazil is like. It's just a
what?
hellhole, you
What
know?
the fuck?
And it's just awful everywhere. So I'm like, yeah, this is Brazil. So I'm going around Brazil like, oh my gosh, look at this guy. Look at these things. Oh, what is that thing? And just getting one-shotted and be like, okay. And then just knowing that, well, let me see how I can block this and beat this guy. And then like just literally I hit him and I see a little slither of his health disappear. And I'm going like, okay, yeah. This place is for later. This place is for later. Let me leave here and do something else. But I had the freedom of staying there if I wanted to, sticking it out, and then power leveling there if I wanted to, and then go back to my early area and then just wipe the floor with everybody there. It's fun. I loved it. I love that feeling. If I'm playing like a JRPG or something like that, or like a turn-based game, like any Final Fantasy game, the first thing I try to do is get to the maximum level at the earliest point, so that I can just fuck bosses up. I don't want a challenge. I don't want challenge. I just want to hit you hard and you die. I want big number go boom and I go yay. Dopamine releases in my brain.
You heard it here, folks. Duck says that Elden Ring is Brazil.
Yeah. No, not Elden Ring. The area in Elden Ring is Brazil. The one. The one. People will know. Khaled. All I gotta say is that. And don't say, oh yeah, Brazil. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Brought into this.
Did you see Khaled?
No.
Look it up. Just look up. It's called what is it? Like Crimson Rot. Look up Crimson Rot area and Elden Ring, and that's Brazil.
So you like it?
I love it. It's honestly, I would put this game really in my top 3.
For what?
My top 3 favorite games.
Oh, okay. So is this the first one with fast travel?
They all have fast travel.
They've all had fast travel?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
You can respawn at any bonfire.
Oh, the bonfires. Okay. Really? I didn't really notice that.
Yeah. Because you weren't playing the game right.
You can fuck off.
I know, thank you.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like a setup for our show. Talk more about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've been on for.
About an hour now, I'd say.
Well, that's good then. We can We can talk another time about Elden Ring here with Duck, and I'm sure he'll get involved and more involved with it. I'll have to think of some other stuff. There's plenty of stuff that since the 3 months that have been happening since I've been gone doing these. Like, for example, I would love to talk to you about the situation with the Dead by Daylight.
Is it the one where they took out the characters from yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk about that another time. But
great.
Yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Duck, do you want any people to reach you on anything?
No.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Cookie the Wolf at YouTube, and if you're listening to this as a podcast,
Oh, I will say this though. In the very near future, I will be releasing certain playthrough of a D&D campaign that is right now incomplete, but it will be completed. Don't worry. But the first few episodes will be released, and I will give them to if Pook the Wolf will let me, I will give them to him to put on upload.
Why'd you say Pook the Wolf as if you're talking to somebody who's not here?
That's because I figured that's like your handle, and that's what you would want me to do.
That's whatever. Well, that's been it for us. Thank you for listening or watching, and we will see you guys next time, where we talk about BD Cooper, and where the money went.
Oh yeah, next time we need to talk about Loki.
Oh right, okay.
I finished Loki, and I'm happy about that. Where that's going, continuity wise, of course.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Do whatever they were doing so they could get the other guys back, and then they could send him back, because his whole thing was, I want to get home to my daughter. I don't trust anybody. But now all of a sudden he's a bad guy trying to go after the thing himself, so he could just send himself back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a perfect example of it. Like, it's just the concept of him being stupid and going,